Every night, millions of senior women are unknowingly committing deadly sleep mistakes that can cut their life short. We're not talking about rare conditions or complicated medical problems. We're talking about habits as simple as leaving a light on, dozing off in a recliner, or keeping the room too warm. Yet the science is terrifying. A single wrong sleep habit can raise your risk of heart attack by 34%, double your chance of dementia, or trigger strokes in the middle of the night. Doctors are warning that sleep has become the silent killer for women over 60, an invisible force accelerating aging, stealing muscle, weakening bones, and stripping away independence long before it's time. And the shocking truth: these mistakes are happening in bedrooms everywhere tonight. In this video, we'll expose the 7 most dangerous sleep mistakes ranked from least to most deadly. So stick around until number 2, because it's the mistake almost no one thinks about, yet has been linked to memory decline so fast, it's practically like aging your brain a decade overnight. All references are linked in the description below, so you don't have to take my word for it, you can check the science yourself. Before we dive in, here's a question for you. How many hours of sleep do you usually get, and where are you watching from? Share your answer in the comments. I read and reply to them daily, and your story might be the one that saves another senior from the same mistakes. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 7 and why this seemingly harmless sleep habit could already be shaving years off your health. Mistake number 7, sleeping in a recliner every night. Many seniors swear by their recliners. They're comfortable, easy to get in and out of, and can even feel safer for those with back or breathing problems. But here's the danger: making the recliner your permanent bed every night can quietly rob you of deep, restorative sleep and trigger health issues you'd never expect. When you sleep in a recliner, your body is stuck in a semi-upright position. That angle may ease snoring or acid reflux, but it also compresses your hips and lower spine. Over time, this poor posture leads to stiffness, joint pain, and reduced circulation in the legs. A 2019 study from the Journal of Applied Ergonomics found that seniors who slept regularly in seated or semi-reclined positions had 34% higher rates of morning back pain and poor spinal alignment compared to those in flat beds. The risks don't stop there. Recliner sleep shortens your REM cycles, the stage of sleep critical for memory and emotional balance. Without REM, you may notice more forgetfulness, irritability, or even worsening depression. Researchers at the University of Chicago showed that older adults missing out on REM had 2.4 times greater risk of cognitive decline within 5 years. Take the story of Margaret, 74, who slipped into the habit of sleeping in her recliner after hip surgery. She thought it was harmless comfort. Within months, she noticed swelling in her ankles every morning and growing daytime fatigue. Her doctor traced it back to poor circulation and disrupted sleep cycles caused by her nightly recliner bed. Now, a short nap in the recliner, that's fine. But when it becomes your nightly routine, it starves your body of the deep rest your heart, brain, and muscles desperately need after 60. Seniors who sleep in proper beds with supportive mattresses see stronger circulation, fewer aches, and sharper minds. The bottom line? Recliners are for resting, not for living the night in. If comfort is the issue, invest in a supportive mattress or adjustable bed instead. Because night after night, the recliner is silently aging you faster. Mistake number 6, keeping the TV or phone on while sleeping. For many seniors, falling asleep with a TV humming in the background or a phone glowing nearby feels harmless, even comforting. But studies show this habit may be quietly undermining your health every single night. The body is designed to respond to natural light and darkness, with melatonin, the sleep hormone, rising at night to signal deep, restorative rest. When a television or phone screen continues to cast artificial light, especially blue light, melatonin production plummets. That means less REM sleep, less deep repair for your brain and muscles, and greater fatigue the next morning. The science is startling. A 2019 study in JAMA Internal Medicine followed over 43,000 women and found that those who slept with a TV or light on were 17% more likely to gain weight and develop metabolic issues over 5 years. For seniors, this weight gain doesn't just mean a tighter waistband. It means higher blood sugar, weaker muscles, and faster decline in mobility. Worse, disrupted sleep has been directly linked to memory decline. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that even mild light exposure during sleep can raise dementia risk by accelerating amyloid plaque buildup in the brain. Take the case of Margaret, 72, who swore she couldn't fall asleep without her favorite TV show playing in the background. Over time, her restless nights led to foggy mornings and a 20-pound weight gain she couldn't explain. When her doctor suggested removing the TV from her bedroom, she resisted at first. But after just 1 month of sleeping in total darkness, her energy improved, and she noticed she was finally waking up feeling refreshed again. The truth is, falling asleep to noise and screens is more damaging than most seniors realize. Instead of helping you drift off, it sabotages the very systems your body depends on for repair. If you need background comfort, try a gentle audio option like calming music or an audiobook with the screen turned off. Your brain, your muscles, and your metabolism will thank you. And if keeping the TV or phone on at night has become a nightly ritual, understand this. It isn't just stealing your sleep, it's stealing your health. Mistake number 5, going to bed right after heavy meals. For seniors over 60, one of the most dangerous but overlooked bedtime mistakes is lying down immediately after eating a heavy dinner. It feels harmless, finishing a big meal, watching TV for a while, then drifting off to sleep, but the science says otherwise. When you lie down too soon, your digestive system is forced to process food in the wrong position. Stomach acid flows back into the esophagus far more easily, triggering heartburn and acid reflux. For seniors, this isn't just discomfort, it's a health hazard. A 2010 study published in the journal Neurology found that people who went to bed within 2 hours of eating had a 47% higher risk of stroke, largely due to reflux and blood pressure spikes caused by late-night digestion. Beyond reflux, heavy meals before bed can severely disturb sleep cycles. Instead of allowing the body to enter deep restorative sleep, your system is busy breaking down fats, sugars, and proteins. This leads to restless tossing, shallow sleep, and frequent nighttime awakenings. Over time, poor sleep quality translates into memory decline, reduced muscle repair, and higher chances of obesity and diabetes. Take the story of Rosa, a 72-year-old widow who loved her late dinners after hosting family. She often went to bed an hour later, feeling bloated but assuming it was normal. Within months, she noticed worsening nighttime coughing and chest burning. After an urgent care visit, she was diagnosed with gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. Once her doctor advised her to stop lying down right after meals and instead give her body 2 to 3 hours to digest before bed, her symptoms improved dramatically, and her sleep became far more restful. The lesson is simple. Heavy meals close to bedtime force your body to fight instead of rest. Seniors need that nighttime window for healing. Muscle fibers regenerate, hormones balance, and the brain detoxifies waste. If digestion takes over, these critical processes are interrupted, accelerating fatigue and age-related decline. So if dinner is your largest meal of the day, plan it earlier or make your evening portion lighter and easier to digest. Giving your body the time it needs before lying down is one of the easiest ways to protect both your sleep and your long-term health. Before we continue, lock in your spot by hitting like and subscribe. The health truth you need is right after this. Mistake number 4, sleeping on the stomach, face down. It might feel comfortable at first, but sleeping on your stomach is one of the worst positions for seniors, especially for women over 60. Lying face down forces your neck to twist unnaturally for hours, compresses your spine, and puts pressure on your lungs and abdominal organs. For younger people, the body may bounce back, but for seniors, the consequences accumulate night after night. Studies in Spine Journal have shown that stomach sleepers experience higher rates of chronic neck stiffness and lower back pain compared to other sleeping positions, and the pain often worsens with age because discs and joints are more fragile. There's another hidden danger. Breathing. When you're face down, your diaphragm has to fight against body weight and mattress pressure, reducing lung expansion. For seniors who may already deal with reduced lung capacity or conditions like COPD, this can mean less oxygen during the night. That drop in oxygen doesn't just affect sleep. It puts stress on your heart and brain, raising the risk of nighttime arrhythmias and morning fatigue. Consider Eleanor, 68, who had always been a stomach sleeper. Over time, she developed persistent tingling in her arms and neck pain that wouldn't go away. Her doctor explained that the nerve compression caused by face-down posture during sleep was worsening her cervical spine degeneration. Once she switched to a side-sleeping position with proper pillows, her symptoms improved and her mornings became far less painful. Beyond pain and breathing issues, sleeping face down also accelerates facial aging. Pressing your face against the pillow night after night deepens wrinkles and can even worsen fluid retention, leaving seniors with puffier faces and more pronounced lines. While that may sound cosmetic, it's another sign of circulation being restricted in this position. The safest alternatives for seniors are side sleeping with support pillows or lying on your back with a slightly elevated head. These positions promote spinal alignment, improve oxygen flow, and reduce pressure on joints and muscles. If you've been a stomach sleeper all your life, it may take time to adjust, but your spine, heart, and lungs will thank you. Sleeping on your stomach might feel like a habit, but after 60, it's a habit that works against your body, draining energy and adding unnecessary pain. And the next mistake on our list is just as sneaky, something millions of seniors do daily without realizing it could shave years off their independence. Mistake number 3, using too many sleeping pills. At first glance, sleeping pills seem like a blessing for seniors who struggle with insomnia. But here's the medical truth. Over-reliance on these drugs can do far more harm than good. According to a large study in BMJ, seniors who used sleeping pills regularly had a 5-fold higher risk of early death and were significantly more likely to develop memory problems, falls, and fractures. The danger is even greater for senior women, whose metabolism processes medication more slowly, meaning the drug lingers in the system long after morning arrives. The problem lies in how these pills work. Many sedatives blunt the brain's activity, essentially knocking you out instead of guiding you into natural restorative sleep. That means you might lie unconscious for 8 hours, but your brain never truly enters deep REM cycles. Without REM, your memory, mood, and muscle repair all suffer. Over time, this can accelerate cognitive decline and even mimic early dementia symptoms. Take the story of Helen, a 71-year-old widow who began taking prescription sleep aids every night after her husband passed. At first, she thought they were helping. But soon she found herself feeling groggy in the morning, stumbling on the stairs, and forgetting small details like phone numbers and appointments. Her doctor eventually connected the dots. It wasn't her age, it was the cumulative side effects of nightly sleeping pills. What makes this mistake even more dangerous is the false sense of security. Because these medications are prescribed, many seniors assume they're safe. But high doses or long-term use can suppress breathing at night, worsen depression, and interact with common senior medications like blood pressure or diabetes drugs. It's a dangerous cocktail hidden under the label of sleep support. Safer options exist, like magnesium, herbal teas, or sleep hygiene practices such as dimming lights and keeping consistent bedtime routines. These approaches help the brain create melatonin naturally without sabotaging REM sleep. So the lesson is simple. Sleeping pills should never be your nightly crutch. Occasional use under a doctor's guidance can help in emergencies, but making them a habit can quietly strip away your strength, your balance, and even your memory. Mistake number 2, keeping the bedroom too warm. One of the most overlooked sleep killers for senior women is temperature. Most people think a warm, cozy bedroom helps you drift off. But science says the opposite. Your body needs a slight drop in core temperature to trigger deep, restorative sleep. If your bedroom stays too warm, above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 degrees Celsius, your body struggles to cool itself, leading to shallow, fragmented sleep that leaves you groggy the next day. A study in sleep medicine reviews found that seniors sleeping in warmer rooms woke up nearly twice as often compared to those in cooler environments. Why? Because heat prevents the release of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. Without enough melatonin, your body misses out on REM and slow-wave sleep, the very stages that repair muscles, sharpen memory, and balance hormones. Over time, this can worsen fatigue, weaken the immune system, and even increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Take Margaret, 73, who thought her constant tossing and turning was just part of getting older. Her daughter suggested lowering the thermostat from 74 degrees Fahrenheit to 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Within days, Margaret reported fewer night sweats, deeper sleep, and more energy in the morning. Sometimes the fix isn't in a pill bottle, it's in the thermostat dial. The danger of an overheated room goes beyond restlessness. Seniors already have reduced sweat gland activity, making it harder to regulate body temperature. That means a hot bedroom can trigger nighttime dehydration, higher heart rate, or even dangerous spikes in blood pressure. For women dealing with postmenopausal hot flashes, a warm bedroom only intensifies the problem, trapping the body in a cycle of overheating and insomnia. Experts recommend setting the bedroom temperature between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius for optimal sleep. Adding breathable cotton or bamboo sheets and keeping a small fan by the bedside can help maintain comfort without overcooling. Even a small shift, just a few degrees cooler, can mean the difference between waking up exhausted and waking up restored. The lesson here is simple. Warmth may feel comforting at first, but for seniors, it quietly sabotages the very rest your body depends on to stay strong and alert. And that brings us to the most dangerous sleep mistake of all, the number 1 error that silently accelerates aging faster than any of the others. Mistake number 1, sleeping less than 5 hours consistently. Out of all the sleep mistakes senior women make, this one is the most dangerous and the most overlooked. Sleeping less than 5 hours a night on a regular basis is not just being a light sleeper or getting by on less rest. It is a medical emergency in slow motion. Study after study has shown that consistently short sleep in adults over 60 increases the risk of premature death, dementia, heart disease, and falls. A 2021 study published in Nature Communications followed more than 7,000 seniors for 25 years and found that those sleeping less than 5 hours a night had a 30% higher risk of developing dementia compared to those who slept 7 hours. Another meta-analysis showed that short sleep was linked to a 48% increased risk of cardiovascular death in older women. The damage happens because deep sleep is when your body does its most critical repair work. During these hours, the brain clears toxic waste proteins that accumulate daily and are linked to Alzheimer's disease. Muscles rebuild from everyday wear and tear. Hormones like growth hormone and melatonin peak, helping you stay strong and resilient. When sleep is cut short, none of this happens. The result is accelerated aging, brain fog, weaker bones, higher blood pressure, and faster loss of independence. Take the example of Judith, a 73-year-old retired nurse. She prided herself on never needing much sleep, often waking at 3 a.m. and starting her day with coffee. For years, she dismissed her fatigue as normal aging. But then her memory lapses worsened, and she suffered 2 falls in 1 year. After finally joining a sleep clinic, she learned that her 4 to 5 hours of sleep was robbing her of REM and deep sleep cycles. Once she corrected her habits, cooling her bedroom, avoiding caffeine late in the day, and setting a strict bedtime, her energy, balance, and memory noticeably improved within months. This is why experts warn consistently sleeping less than 5 hours is not sustainable. It is the fastest route to frailty, dependency, and chronic disease. Senior women must prioritize a true 7 to 8 hours of restorative sleep, not as a luxury, but as the most powerful medicine their body can ever receive. So, there you have it, the 7 deadly sleep mistakes that silently drain the health of senior women every single night. Some of them may have seemed small, like falling asleep with the TV on or keeping the room too warm. But as the science shows, these small nightly choices can add up to devastating consequences. Faster memory loss, weaker hearts, brittle bones, and years shaved off the independence you've worked your whole life to keep. The good news, every one of these mistakes can be fixed. You don't need a doctor's prescription to dim the lights, set a cooler room temperature, eat lighter at dinner, or put away the sleeping pills. These are powerful changes you can make right now, tonight, to protect your brain, your muscles, and your future. I've seen seniors in their 60s and 70s turn their health around simply by correcting these habits. They went from restless nights and constant fatigue to waking up with more clarity, energy, and balance than they'd had in years. You can too. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 mistakes have you caught yourself making, and which one are you going to fix starting tonight? Drop your answer in the comments. I read them carefully, and your story might be the inspiration another senior woman needs to change her life. If this video helped you, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more science-backed health advice. Because remember, your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right choices, they can still be ahead. We're always listening. Drop your questions or stories in the comments. Thank you for watching.